is up? Welcome back to the Truth Serum. It's me, Joey Fickle, and my main man, David Genus. And you know he got his big old penis tagging along with him. What is up, David? How you doing this morning?
Ready for the Steelers to whoop up on these Bengals.
Oh my goodness. Jake Browning, no T. Higgins.
It's rivalry week in the Genus household, so
so that is right. This is their second game playing against each other, correct?
Nope.
This
is
again, the first one? Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's tough. So who sleeps on the couch?
Normally it'd be her. She likes the couch, but with her being pregnant, she'll probably kick me out there.
Yeah, get your ass on the couch, no matter who wins. So do me a favor, man. Read this bottom right here. I got something to do right here. Just keep them busy listening.
Keep them busy. All right.
Keep them busy.
Well, I'm not going to read that. They can read.
They can read?
Yeah.
I thought we offered some disability, just like not Braille,
but not expected to play. Higgins, Brown, Wilson, Toney, Hardman, all out.
Right here, I got something to do right here. My bad, dude.
All good. Zay Jones, Justin Jefferson being a game time decision. That's so risky. I wouldn't play him. TJ Hockenson. Really? TJ Hockenson is a game time decision?
Yes.
Rachaad White, Dameon Pierce. Not that Dameon Pierce matters anymore. Marquise Brown, Zay Flowers, OBJ, Everett, and Guyton. Want to hear my upset pick of the week, Joey?
I would love to hear your upset pick of the week.
I got the Raiders beating the Chiefs.
Okay, I would love to hear it again while I'm listening.
I said I got the Raiders beating the Chiefs.
Okay. Divisional matchup there.
The Chiefs have owned it lately, but that offense don't scare me right now. They're just going to keep dropping balls, and as long as the Raiders are still in it at halftime, the last 3 weeks, the Chiefs haven't even scored after the half. So,
yeah. So we don't have any questions coming in yet, but I would like to say that I don't think that you are right. I think the Chiefs did stumble a little bit last week, and I get where you're coming from, but
I don't think it was just last week. I think it's been a while. The defense is carrying that team this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Patrick Mahomes is still putting it on them. They lead the leagues in drops, though, and now Toney's out. Hardman's out. Kelsey's girlfriend isn't going to be there, so he's going to suck.
Do you not think that maybe with Hardman and Kadarius Toney being out, that condenses the routes a little bit because they rotate in and out? Like,
I think it does a little bit, but at the same time, if they're not going to start catching the balls that's thrown to them, it doesn't matter what routes are run. And I just think the Raiders are playing inspired football for Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, so this would be 3 in a row for him, right?
No, they did lose last week to Miami, but just only by a touchdown. They were supposed to get blown out there again. And Miami has a much better offense than the Chiefs this year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Trent Hobbs over there on YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in, man. Click that like button for us if you don't mind, sir. Good morning, fellas. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Happy belated one, of course. If you're watching here on Facebook, click that like button here too. Ben Kaiser, what's up, man? Pick 2, Bijan Robinson, Rachaad White, or Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert is interesting because we have an injury to the same one that I couldn't remember his fucking name last week. Here it is, Deontay Foreman.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't remember his name. I dropped it in the head as a baby, but clear choice here, man, for me is Bijan and Rachaad White. I know Rachaad White has a questionable tag. He is expected to play today. When he plays, he is a stud in the passing game. So I think he's currently in RB1 right now that you got in the 7th, 8th round. So good job there. I'm picking the first two. How about you?
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. Khalil Herbert did come back last week, but even with Foreman, questionable, we have Roschon still. Like it seemed like they're definitely running back by committee there now, whereas White and Robinson are the clear number ones, although they're still playing Algier too much in Atlanta because they hate us.
Yeah. Stupid Arthur Smith. Let's see. Good morning, man. Fam. Sorry. Thankful for you guys. Hope y'all had a Thanksgiving. First of all, I am thankful for you, John Mobbs. You are I'm going to just say one of my favorites. I don't want my other ones to get mad, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we love you. We appreciate all the likes, comments, all that good stuff. Just the support in general, man. Even if you don't tune in here today, it's been a ride for me, for real, dude. It's been kind of crazy. We appreciate you for real. For real, for real. Do you think Beckham is worth a stash on your bench? I do. I do think Beckham is worth a stash. Why in the hell is this look weird? I feel like my camera's too low. I'm going to fix. There we go. So I don't consider him a high-end weekly option, but it could turn into that, man. I think today we'll see with first game without Mark Andrews. We'll see where the usage goes, but Bateman has been trending up too with his routes run, and the targets been flowing his way as well. So, yeah, stash him on your bench before the game starts. See where it goes, man. But also depends on who you got to drop.
Yeah, I disagree on anything with the Ravens right now. And as a Steelers fan, again, always take my Ravens hate with a grain of salt. But as we saw against the Bengals, Lamb Jack got beat up a little bit. He's starting to limp around. And it's right around that December clock where he's going to be out for the rest of the season, and the Ravens are going to, drop out of the playoff race like the last 2 years. So, I'd be careful with any Ravens.
Yeah. Speaking of speaking stuff into existence, which I encourage you not to do, you cocksucker. You see last week or the Thanksgiving game, man, when they were down there about to score. What was it? Dude's like, they need a big play right here, and he picked six his ass
for 99 yards.
Yeah. Oh God, that was awesome.
That was beautiful. I was cracking up laughing.
We got Facebook user asking, can Browning bring quarterback one numbers in fantasy? Dude, quarterback one numbers are not what they are. So I'm going to say he could bring quarterback two numbers that could be quarterback one in 2023. But dude, I'm not excited at all. I don't care if Jamar Chase is there or not.
Yeah. The question of can he do it? Sure he can. Nobody expected Brock Purdy, even with all his weapons, to come in and do what Brock Purdy did. But is he going to do it? Is he likely to do it? No. I'd say there's less than a 5% chance that he comes in, with QB1 numbers. So,
yeah. Also, either Chase or Nakua. Really worried about Chase without Burrow. Here is basically another Jake Browning question. I'm not worried about Chase regardless because he's going to throw him the ball 15 to 20 times every game. He's going to have to, honestly, dude. Targets are very valuable, and he's going to get all of them. So I'm playing Chase.
Yeah, it's Nakua for me. Not just between the quarterback comparison there for as far as, from Burrow to Browning, he is going to rely on Chase, but Chase is probably going to be covered by Joey Porter Jr., who has the top coverage rate out of all cornerbacks with 200 man one-on-one situations. So I'd with an inaccurate quarterback who doesn't know Chase as well as Burrow did, I'd worry a little bit about Chase. Not enough to sit him. I'd like to know who you're starting besides these two.
I assure you that dude, Puka Nacua is a great start against Arizona, first of all, and I get what you're saying about your boy over there. But I can't. We're split on this one. That's just the way it's gonna be. I love you and everything, but I'd start Chase. Good morning, Caps Lock. What's going on, baby? How you doing? Also, hope y'all had a Thanksgiving. Great Thanksgiving. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I hope you did as well. Pick 2, Khalil Herbert, Keaton Mitchell, Javonte Williams. Javonte is going to be my number 1 here. I guess Khalil Herbert. I think they're both kind of dart throws, man.
Yeah, I think they're all dart throws today. I mean, Javonte is facing up against Cleveland.
But he's
still the clear starter out of these 3.
What's that now?
He's the clear starter out of these 3. I'd probably go Herbert second as well. The Bears haven't used Roschon Johnson as much as they should have. And with Donta Foreman out, Herbert will get more play than he did last week. Keaton Mitchell is still, playing second fiddle to Gus Edwards. That being said, Keaton Mitchell can literally just go off at any moment for a, 60-yard touchdown. The dude's fast as hell.
Yeah, and he's playing the Chargers, who you're going to run on all day. But does the game script allow that? I want to see what – dude, Keaton Mitchell might get a bump in increase in usage as well with Mark Andrews being out.
I mean, everybody in the offense has to get a bump, or they're just not good. They're just going to flop. So
yeah, I think he had like a 21% target share or something like that. I can't remember, but the matchup goes certainly to Khalil Herbert and Keaton Mitchell, but Javonte, like you said, the usage is what matters there, even against the Browns.
For the Ravens, it's not just the target share that is gone now or that's available. A lot of the coverage would shift over to him because of how good Andrews was, which was why there was, not more of a target share for Andrews. So without him there to distract people, somebody's going to have to step up.
Yeah, well, Isaiah likely has shown in the past when he started the games. He's been a fucking monster too. So here's what I know, man. The Browns can be beaten. Here recently, we've had guys like Jalen Warren break off 75-yard runs. They have slipped a little bit, man. They're not the same team, same defense they were early in the year. They're not going to have the same field position advantage on defense that they were when Deshaun Watson was there. So I don't consider them as tough as that little red number beside their team name is going to look, because specifically field position alone, man, one touchdown can swing it. So Javonte, and then, dude, it's a dart.
I think Javonte is also going to have some short fields to work with. Denver's been a turnover machine lately, and they have a rookie quarterback in there. I can totally see them getting a few interceptions and having a short field for Javonte to work with to be, get in the end zone.
Caps Lock wants to know, pick 3, Kirk, Evans, Kupp, Thielen, Njoku. I'm imagining that's what you mean. I'm going to sit Christian Kirk. I'm going to start Evans, Kupp, and Thielen today. Some nice options, though.
Yeah, I'll let you pick the third one. I don't really care. For me, it's Evans and Thielen for sure. I have a sneaky suspicion that the Texans are about to smash the Jags. It's not going to be close, so I'm a little worried about Kirk. And Cup, I'm only worried about because of his injury, designation coming into it. They might not use him as much as they normally would.
Yeah. So the Houston matchup with Christian Kirk, Jacksonville, it's a great matchup there, but I don't know, man. They're not going to have not Houston. I'm getting tongue tied here. What am I thinking? Not Kirk.
Ridley?
No, not even I'm thinking of a Arizona Cardinal, and I don't know why. I think I was just looking at the Cup thing, but Evans, Cup, Thielen for me. Devontae Smith or Kincaid. Oh my goodness. Taylor's boyfriend is my starter. I'm gonna go Devontae Smith, man. You're gonna need a run back on that. And without their tight end, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith has kind of been a monster. You got to keep riding that train until he proves otherwise.
Yeah, listen, play Devonta Smith and take out Kelsey and put in Kincaid. Kelsey's girlfriend is not at the game, and in case you haven't noticed this year, he only balls out when his sweetie pie is in the stands. So
I wouldn't do that, but I get it. Pick one: Flex Warren, Singletary, Kyron Williams, Javonte Williams. Shit, I'm gonna go Kyron Williams. I know. A couple of weeks ago, there were all these Devon Achane questions coming, and I said, start Devon Achane. And then I told myself afterwards when he left the game with an injury, I felt bad. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry to all of you. But I told myself it's okay to tell him to wait a week. It's okay to wait.
Here's how I feel about it.
What's that?
It depends on where you're at in your league, man. If you are safe, if you're a playoff lock, you're good to go. Play Warren. He'll get you the points you need. If you're not, shoot for the sky. Go with Kyron Williams. He was doing great when he was there. Now, the risk being, just like Achane, he's coming back off an injury. You don't know what you're going to get. We could get the Kyron Williams who was getting 100-plus yards and a touchdown every game, or he could be out after one play. So shoot for the stars if you need it. If you need the points, go with Kyron. Otherwise, I'd go with Warren.
So I think, as crazy as it sounds, I think Kyron Williams is the safer option too.
For real,
we got a coordinator change for Pittsburgh, and everybody keeps saying, like, I think the Jalen Warren's gonna have the biggest bump out of the new coordinator change and all this. Dude, what if it's Najee Harris? Like, what if Matt Canada?
It's gonna be Warren and Higgins.
Matt Canada was Najee's problem. I'm just saying. So what we do know is the Los Angeles Rams, they cut shit, man.
Gerald Henderson.
They cut Darrell Henderson. They cut him. They're not gonna give Royce Freeman the ball 20 times. Like, Kyron Williams is stuck in this role that he's gonna be a massive workhorse. And I don't see anything different than that. I just can't see it.
Listen, but the reason he's not safe, he's the explosive guy. He's the guy who has done best in his system this year out of these four, no doubt. But he's not safe because just like Achane, he's just coming back from an injury. They could think he's as healthy as they want to think he is until he gets hit in a game, and then we'll see how he's doing. Again, he's my smash if you need him. Warren, it doesn't matter about the change. All right. Najee Harris's problem wasn't Matt Canada. Najee Harris's problem is
Najee Harris.
It's his play style. Okay. He's a smash mouth guy. He needs a lighter box. And against the Steelers, we had no threats in the passing game. You could load up the box. Now with the
think all the wide receivers are threats in the passing game. I think your quarterback is the issue there.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have a passing game because our quarterback can't hit his receivers. Now we'll see if Matt Canada was Pickett's problem. That could fix that, which could in turn fix Najee. But I think Warren has still been more explosive and more solid. And I like the teams with the the changes. The Raiders made a change, and boom, here they are. The Bills made a change, and their offense woke up against the great Jets defense. Like these coordinator changes in season, they wake the players up too. They don't. It's not just the coaches getting their jobs lost. The players start to pick up for whoever comes in. So
yeah. Kyron Williams, through his games played, is 10th in yards after contact per attempt. Last time he played this team, he went 20 carries for 158 yards. I'm putting him right back in there like he was never hurt. I'll be with flex 3, Gus Bus. Mobs, them quotations that you put there, it says Edwards. That didn't help me any. I knew who Gus Bus was, but Rachaad White, Ridley, Nico Collins, Kyron Williams. So I'm gonna play Kyron Williams, dog. That's just me. I know the guy here on the right of the screen is gonna say otherwise. So I'm gonna play Rachaad White, and I think we should discuss the other 3. I think the other 2 are smashes.
Listen, for me, it's touchdown Gus Bus,
Okay.
Rachaad White, and Nico Collins.
Rachaad White, Nico, Gus.
Now I could take Gus off and put Kyron Williams in because I don't know. I'm so stuck on the Ravens right now because with him getting with Lamar, getting banged up and doing his December thing, they fall off so freaking hard when he finally goes down, and I could see it coming. It's the same thing as the last 2 years. But until they do, Gus has been the touchdown. I mean, he's fallen in the end zone like 7 games in a row now or something.
Yeah, he's been there, and like we said earlier with Keaton Mitchell, you can certainly run on these guys. Let's see, touchdown and 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 touchdowns in the last 5 games. 9 touchdowns in the last 5 games for
touchdown Gus.
Shit, I didn't realize it was all like that. I guess because I didn't have any of him on any of my teams. Averaging 13 touches and 77 total yards. I like it, dude, but I like Kyron Williams more. I can't help it.
I don't fault you for it. Again, I'm learning from last week's mistake with A-Chain.
Yeah, another mistake.
Like wide receivers are safer. That a wide receiver comes back from an injury, they take less. They don't get banged up as much in a game as a running back does. So these running backs come back, and I want to see it first.
So he wasn't all that bad hurt. They were questioning whether or not to put him on IR, and they said, like, as soon as he comes back, he'll be ready. I know they said that about A-Chain too. Fuck, argument won't work. Let's go to the Ridley thing. I told you guys not to start Ridley last week. He blew up again. In the game that he played early in the season, Zay Jones, game 1, he played. I know you've been hearing the narrative that when Zay Jones is out there, they got a number 2 wide receiver, and opens things up for Ridley. I think 2 games this year is not a big enough sample size for me to trust Calvin Ridley. So that marks him out of the question. It's Nico Collins, Rachaad White, Kyron Williams. The one that I would want to start is Gus Edwards, but I think I like the other options better in any kind of PPR. Man, it feels so terrible when you make the wrong calls, dude. It does.
Oh, dude, I know.
But the process, man.
I have one guy who messages me almost every week and asks me questions. And when they ask me questions on the show, I have a much better correct rate. But this dude, for some reason, every time I give him information, I'm freaking wrong. Every single time.
I don't remember who it was, like last year, the year before, but their questions I always got wrong. Right now, before the games start, we're an hour and a half before the games start. We have more information than we've had all week. Mm-hmm. I assure you, we put all week we're looking in this shit. All week we're looking at it. So I'm intaking a lot of information. So when we tell you start or sit somebody, man, the process is there, dude. We're doing our research, I assure you. So no one can be perfect. Dobbs or Wilson. Dobbs or Wilson. Caps lock. Next year, dog, I think you should start drafting quarterbacks a little bit sooner. I think, but give me Dobbs, man. He's been running the ball probably 30-something yards per game. Got Chicago, good matchup here. I think they got it. And there's a chance Justin Jefferson comes back today. But I'll let you answer what you think right quick. Come and look at this.
So generally, when it's close like this, I go with the team I think is going to win, but which I think the Broncos are going to win, and I think the Vikings are going to lose. But Dobbs' rushing ability puts him over the top for me over Wilson. Not to mention the matchup, regardless of if I think the Bears are going to beat the Vikings or not, that defense is not as scary as Cleveland's. So I would go Dobbs as well.
Yeah, that's kind of the main thing.
Right? All that Bengal stuff back there.
Our
household is at war this week.
I hate this thing that I'm on here doesn't show the rushing stats for quarterbacks on the first screen, so I got to do extra shit. Dobbs, 21 dude, he's got a rushing touchdown in 5 straight games. 43, 26, 66, 44, and 21 on the rushing totals.
We were actually talking about the Dobbs in the last stream I was on compared to Fields. The only difference, and Dobbs is getting his rushes, but it's not because they're designing his rush plays. It's because the line is so bad he has to run for his life. But he has the ability to do that, which is the difference between him and Cousins. Cousins was immobile.
Not only that, like he's got the sense enough to know that my internal clocks is ticking, time's running out. I got to do something fast. He's fucking brilliant, dog. Even though he looks like a cancer patient. He's been getting it done for fantasy football and in real life. So right now he's a quarterback 15, and Denver's been tough lately too, though, man. I'm playing Dobbs.
Hasn't Wilson thrown? Is he leading the NFL in touchdown passes?
No fucking way, dude.
Pretty sure it said I thought I read something earlier that said he was leading or top something in touchdown passes.
I know he's got the lowest average depth of target among 33 qualifying quarterbacks. The touchdown leader can't possibly be a quarterback 17. Dude, I want to look that up. I don't know if I believe that. Either way, dude. It's gonna be Dobbs for me. Mahomes or Purdy.
He's not leading in touchdowns.
So does Mahomes get back on track today against this very beatable Philly secondary with no receivers? That's the question.
Mahomes or Purdy? This question can't be answered. Purdy already played.
He did play.
So I guess Russell Wilson is tied in 4th. Dak Prescott, who already played this week, has 23. Josh Allen and Tua, who already played this week, have 22. Russell Wilson has 19.
Wow.
Tied with the likes of Mahomes, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, and Brock Purdy.
Jordan Love shouldn't be on that list either, but Patrick Mahomes at Philly or against Philly. Does he get back on track this week? Very beatable Philly secondary. Wide receiver issues.
Why is Philly in this? Mahomes plays the Raiders. Josh Allen plays Philly.
What in the actual fuck, dude?
You're looking at last week's matchup.
How'd that happen? Continue. Go ahead.
I don't have either of those teams winning. So if you're asking for which defense, I'd probably say, wow, either one of them. I mean, they're like the same thing. They're facing the same team. I'd probably say the Saints just because Ritter's a turnover machine. I mean, he's good at winning the game at home, but it's not because he's, Patrick Mahomes at home or Jalen Hurts. So I'd probably go with the Saints defense.
I think I would probably go with the Saints defense as well. I don't think it's particularly close. Dorian Robinson has what?
I just got a notification that said the Steelers are going to be targeting Pickens more and giving Jalen Warren more touches, which is exactly what I said earlier.
Maybe so. I don't know. Browns are always a good choice, Trent, because of they have the best defensive lineman in the NFL right now. George Pickens or Javonte, inclement weather play a factor for the Steelers passing game, or do they run heavy? Where is that game being played at? Which one are we talking?
The Steelers they're supposed to be a possibility of rain.
What about in Denver? Do you know what the weather is in Denver?
Fucking cold.
Cold. Yeah, probably just cold. Dude, give me Pickens. I'm going to go against the argument that I made earlier against Jalen Warren. Not that I think he's a bad play either, because the matchup's great either way, but
yeah, I'm going to go Pickens here too.
I think the ceiling's bigger for Pickens.
Yeah, and like I said, just based on this year alone, and if you look back for the last several years, it's a continuous thing. When these teams do take the jump and make an in-season change for coaches, the players suddenly play harder. I don't know why they do, why they couldn't have been doing this the whole time. But I would go Pickens here as well. I think, I mean, God, I hate to say it as a Steelers fan, but if they don't pick up the offense, and now that Matt Canada's gone, Kenny Pickett needs to go next year as well. Like, it's a deep enough quarterback class. Get another one.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes, man. They got hope for another couple weeks, without Canada. So, question
I read this stat about the games that Canada coached. Not once did the Steelers in that span hit 400 yards. Not once. Every other team at least hit it 4 times in the same span of games that Canada was coaching.
Yeah. And still to this date, they've been outgained in every single game this year. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes or CJ Stroud? He said he knows it's crazy. I know it's crazy too, but Stroud's a fucking stud, dude. Stroud.
Not that crazy. I actually had put Stroud in over Hurts last week, and I did it again this week in the league I'm in. So.
Over Hurts?
Yep.
I don't know if I'd put him in over Jalen Hurts, dog. But Stroud or Mahomes is a different question. Do you know the game total for the Mahomes, the Chiefs and Raiders? Do you know the game total?
They can't score in the second half. Can't be that high, right? Let's go.
Because I know that Houston Jacksonville is probably one of the top ones.
Over under 43.5. Houston Jacksonville is 47.5.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. I'm going to play the Houston quarterback. It's in Houston. Patrick Mahomes is playing away in Las Vegas. I know they They got a crowd, man, but it's in a dome though. Well, they're both in a dome. Give me Stroud, man. I like where he's at versus where Mahomes has been. I don't even know if Mahomes is a top 10 quarterback right now.
Give me Stroud as well. Listen, Stroud, not only has he, showed out and he's proven that he's worth the start this season, but they are playing in a matchup that whether they have Stroud or not, the Texans have owned the Jags. I think they're like 15 of their last 18 the Texans have won.
Okay, teach me something, dog. All right, so George Pickens or Javonte? We got new information. This is half PPR. Does that change your mind towards of Javonte even a little bit?
For me.
Yeah, I think I still go Pickens as well. But it does squeeze that difference a little bit. Pick 2, Edwards, ETN, Jalen Warrens. It is ETN is my first choice. Let's talk about Edwards and Warren. We've talked about both of them already, but
I'm starting touchdown Edwards, and I'm starting Madden cheat code Warren.
Jalen Warren's the bench for me, dude. ETN, man, his usage is crazy.
Yeah, but again, they struggle mightily against the Texans, and in the games where they struggle, ETN almost disappears from the stat sheet. Edwards is he's almost a guarantee to fall into the end zone, and Jalen, the dude is insane. Like, I don't know where he came from even. I couldn't tell you what college he went to. I don't know how he got on the Steelers squad, but
he was undrafted. So
yeah, I saw him in one play do a spin move, a stiff arm, and a hurdle, all in the same fucking play. Like, it's ridiculous how electric he is. So
yeah, dude, the bench starter, like it's either Edwards or Warren going to the bench. ETN is an absolute must start today. I don't care which 3 running backs you have. He's one of them.
I didn't know Darius Slayton was doubtful.
Houston, Darius Slayton.
Yeah, I just got a notification. He went from doubtful to healthy.
No way.
Yeah.
So right here where on the bottom where it says the ticker's going across, I'm not expected to play. Deontay Foreman, the other one that I was going to put in there, but I just didn't think it was very relevant, was Darius Slayton, was doubtful to play or not expected. So I just didn't put him in there because I didn't think he mattered all that much. You'd start ETN, dog. And I'm split between Warren and Edwards. Who do you got between Warren and Edwards? That's the question.
I want to say probably Edwards is your safer bet. He's like you said, he's had 9 touchdowns in the last 5 games. He's getting the touches when they get down to the and it's because they're worried about Lamar getting hurt. They've rushed like 4 or 5 less designed runs for Lamar per game this year, because they're trying to keep him healthy. And that's why Edwards is getting all these touchdowns in the red zone. So I'd say Edwards is probably my number 1 out of the 3. If I had to pick just one, it would be Edwards.
Okay. ETN Edwards for me. Mike McCarthy loses his job if Cowboys lose first round again. Also, should the Jets and Giants fire their respective coaches? Dude, if the Jets fire Saleh, they're fucking stupid.
I think they should hire him to play linebacker. Have you seen the size of that fucking guy?
I think both of them coaches in New York are doing a spectacular job. They have nothing to work with, man. It's not their fault. It's an organizational problem. They are not, dude. If either one of them coaches get fired, I promise you they'll get scooped up by somebody as a coordinator somewhere immediately. As far as McCarthy losing his job, if the Cowboys lose in the first round again, I don't know how many damn chances in a row they gave the Clapper dude, whose name's leaving me. Their other coached for like 10 years and couldn't win shit. And no, he's not going anywhere. However, if they put Robert Saleh in Mike McCarthy's place, I think that team would be just that much better.
Yeah, I don't think either of the New York coaches should lose their jobs. I think Dayball's issue was, he went in last year and they excelled beyond what they should have. And because of that, he got stuck in a situation where they said, we got to stick with Daniel Jones. Look what we just did with him. And that was a mistake. There was no evidence that Daniel Jones was going to be able to do that again or stay healthy. And neither one of those things came true. So it wasn't really, it was a mishap of his own success. And I need to give him another chance. So
yeah, I'm with you there.
Especially if they can get one of those top 2 picks and end up with one of those top 2 quarterbacks out of the draft.
Yeah, and both of these defense has key cornerstone players on this defense, man. Kayvon Thibodeau is a beast.
Thibodeau's nasty.
Thibodeau's a beast. He's like one of my favorites, man. I know
he's just because of his name.
I know he's not like at the top of your stat books or anything, but dude, he's getting after it, man. His motor does not turn off. Another crazy one. Tank Dell, Chase, Nakua already played Lamb. Would have to bench Justin Herbert to play one of the other receivers. You'd have to bench Justin Herbert. I'm assuming Superflex question. Maybe. Yeah. So Justin Herbert versus any of those other ones?
No, I think what he's saying is he has to start one of them. If we can't choose, if he wanted to start 2, we'd have to bench Herbert.
Okay. Dude, I feel like the smash is Tank Dell, but
that's weird for you to say, isn't it?
I know.
Who would have thought at week 12 of the season we would be debating whether you should bench Jamar Chase for Puka Nacua and Tank Dell?
I think I would bench Justin Herbert for either one of those guys, though. I do. That's what makes it even crazier. This is a crazy one. Oh, man. Chase.
It's a crazy year.
Dude. Chase and Puka Nacua, I think. And then maybe Herbert and then Tank Dell. Dude, that's crazy, man.
My order for this is Dell, Nacua, and Chase. If it was Joe Burrow, obviously it would be a different story. And Chase is still in the picture. I understand why this is a question, but to me, Chase is the third out of the 3. Just because of quarterback volatility, I normally wouldn't put. I normally always play 2 quarterbacks. They get, they generally score the highest points in a week. But Justin I think they get the upset today. I just don't know that it's a high scoring game. So I would put in Dell and Nacua.
So I'm just currently looking at the Cooper Cup. So he missed the first practice of the week with the ankle, but he logged practices for the rest of the week. And had off Wednesday, practiced Thursday.
Yeah, he's officially in now too. I did get.
Yeah, he's playing. It just makes it tough, dude. I think Nacua is my last option there. Chase is my first. I'm sorry. I get it. But he's my first. Tank Dell. It's Tank Dell or Justin Herbert. I got to go Justin Herbert over Tank Dell.
See, you're thinking too much into it. Your first response when that question first came up was, I think it's got to be Dell. That's where it'd be,
you might just be right, man.
And then you started thinking about it and you started name associating and you were like, Jamar Chase, Justin Herbert.
Yeah. Dude, I just think it's silly that my mind went to that. That's all. Like immediately I'm like, ooh, Tank Dell. It's like a shiny new object, Najee, Jacobs, Gus, JT, sit one, half PPR. I'm going to sit Najee. I'm going to sit Najee. Got to.
Yeah, it's definitely not Gus or JT for me. It could be Jacobs because the Chiefs' defense is legit. Like I said, I think the Raiders get an upset today, but I think it's Najee for me as well.
At some point, the reality has to set in for Antonio Pierce, dog.
If this was in KC, I would think it would be KC, but I don't know. I just got this gut feeling for that one.
Yeah. Listen to your gut. I'm not telling this Facebook user to. Jacob is one of my starts. Najee's my bench. Who'd you say?
I said Najee as well.
Okay. Yeah, bench Najee, dog, I think. Would you stick with Kyren over Thielen or Evans? Flex or die player.
What does that mean? Who's dying?
So that's 9 out of the 12 in that league are gonna die. It was a $50 buy-in, top 3 win, $200 a piece. No way I'm sitting Mike Evans, by the way. At Indianapolis, dude, that's a smash. I think I would play him over Thielen, though. Tennessee is a pass funnel too, but I would rank them Evans, Kyren, Thielen.
So, I mean, this is all depending on how you feel about Kyren coming back. I honestly think that he'll do well today. I don't think he's going to do like what A-Chain did. That worry is always there with running backs, obviously. But Thielen, while he's been a target hog, over the last 2 weeks, that whole offense has just gotten progressively worse. They can't protect. Wow, I just totally forgot the quarterback's name.
It's not CJ Stroud.
No, it's the other one.
Yeah, everyone's going to forget his name in a couple of years anyways. It doesn't matter. We know who you're talking about.
They can't protect him for anything.
Roll Tide, by the way.
Yeah. So I think I'm going Kyren and Evans as well.
So rank them, though. I think this is a
Evans in smash for me.
Who?
It's Evans hands down. Evans. And then Kyren, hopefully, as long as he's healthy, then it's Kyren over Thielen. Evans,
Kyren, Thielen.
Yes.
That's my order as well. I want to wait a week on Kyren, A-Chain experience. Dude, I feel you.
I don't blame you.
I apologize, but Isaiah Likely, a good pickup? No. Isaiah Likely is a fantastic pickup, and I hate that I missed out on him because I was being stingy this late in the damn year with my fab. I'm trying to save because you never know what's going to happen, and I should have just picked him up because the tight end I've been rolling with, he's still got a bye week coming up. So if you can still pick him up, go do it, man. Isaiah Likely is an excellent pickup. If you don't have tight end locked in, like if you don't have like Kelsey or
Hockenson
or Trey McBride or Dalton Kincaid or Laporta, dude, Isaiah Likely, you got to go grab him right now. But come back to the stream.
That great of a pickup. I do think that he'll do fine this week. I just asterisk next to all of the Ravens because again, it really feels like it's coming again where Lamb Jack's going to get out and that offense is going to falter. But for this week, absolutely pick him up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that I think that he'll be the number 6 tight end from here on out. That's not what I'm saying at all. So don't hear what I'm not saying. What I'm saying is he has the chance to come in and just explode from here on out. He has the chance to because the receivers like Odell Beckham, I know he's coming on, and Rachaad Bateman is doing a little bit better and all that, but he really has the chance to come in and be a top 2 tight end the rest of the way. And just the chance of that at that position at tight end, which is as volatile as it is, great pickup to have just in case.
You can start leaving OBJ out of that conversation as well. He's more injury prone than Lamb Jack is. He had a great game, which is fantastic for him. Wonderful. However, that is not something I see happening going forward. I did make Rachaad Bateman my breakout player of the week, but it is the second time that I did it based on he has to. You know, he has disappointed to this point, and now's the perfect chance. You got OBJ, sure he's playing, but he's banged up. Andrews is out. Like right now is when Lambjack needs receivers to step up that aren't named Zay Flowers, and Bateman's got to be the guy. If he's not, he's got to go.
Okay. So okay. Well, past 3 weeks, he was wide receiver 12, 32, and then last week, he was a wide receiver 20. Maybe I agree with you. He scored 2 touchdowns over that span, and I mean, it's just 7 targets. 7 targets is plus the back end of the schedule is pretty nice for him. But I get it. This is a good week for Odell, man, because just the matchup's good. But
you could throw all over the Chargers.
Yeah. But anyway, Nakua, Evans, Kirk, Flowers, Demario Douglas. Demario Douglas and Kirk are the benches for me. Flowers, I think he is right back into the wide receiver 2 conversation with Mark Andrews being out. Nakua and Evans are smash, and Flowers over Kirk. Demario Douglas isn't even in the same realm of conversation.
I think I like Demario Douglas more than Kirk this week, but it's Nakua, Evans, and Flowers for me.
I wouldn't say I like him more than Kirk, just because of the over-under, dude. Pick who's going to score a touchdown, Demario Douglas or Christian Kirk. Don't you dare say Demario Douglas with his 2-yard A dot.
Yeah, it's Demario Douglas for me.
No. I think we're on the same 3, though, right? Nakua, Evans, Flowers.
Flowers.
Jefferson unlikely to play tomorrow. I expected that, but he is officially questionable. He's not out of the realm of possibilities. He's unlikely to be
started on the bench this week. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't gamble with that. But if you do have the balls to make sure you got.
If it was a 1:00 game, that would be a different story. We'd know by now. But as the Monday night game, you're relying on him if you put him in, and that's a silly thing to do. Don't do that.
Yeah. So if you got a good pivot option, is all I'm saying, then maybe you could. But I still, if he plays, I don't think he's not gonna be 100 on there.
Right.
Godwin or Hollywood. Brown has killed me the last 2 weeks. I know he has, man, but Godwin hadn't been too much better, has he? No.
He's Godwin's been good enough when he's facing the Colts. You could pass all over them. That's going to be a shootout today.
Yeah, 2 bad defenses. I just want to say Hollywood.
Well, I'm going Godwin.
You're right. It's Godwin, but damn it, it's got to happen at some point, man. Hollywood's non-PPR flex spot, Rashid Shaheed or Drake London. Dog, give me Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, in a non-PPR, it's hands down Rashid Shaheed. He doesn't get as many targets as Drake London, although he should now that Michael Thomas is out. But his targets are touchdowns. Like his targets are long shots down the field.
Yeah. So what I know, dude, is Chris Olave he's going to pull AJ Terrell, hands down. Yep. I'm worried about Olave's ceiling today, right? He's going to have a floor because he's the number 1 read, blah, blah, blah. Rashid Shaheed can catch 4 passes for 150. and 3 touchdowns. And if that's on your bench in a spot like this, in a dome, when Michael Thomas ain't going to be on the field, you're going to be kicking yourself in the nuts. It's just going to be a sad day for you. What up, Alan Miller? What's going on, baby? How you doing?
No, he's happy. Ain't he a Packers fan too?
He's a Packers fan. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I called that game the other day. Took him on the money line.
Yeah. Crazy. But somebody's always going to get upset as a divisional game, Thanksgiving. I really, 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 really like the Detroit Lions now. But Giants or Patriots today, if this is a defensive question, maybe it's not.
I'm going Giants either way. Whether it's a defensive question or who's winning the game, I'm going the Giants. One of my favorite quotes in the NFL is if you don't have one quarterback, you have no quarterbacks, or whatever that saying is. And they don't know who they're starting today. They don't know how long they're going to play. They're up in the air between Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi, and I think they're the same fucking player.
Yeah, so they put what's his name? Will Greer, maybe? They dropped Will Greer, or
I think they picked him
but they
up.
still have 3.
Yeah, I think Will Greer's the third.
They got a rookie quarterback too.
Now he has electric ability. He's just they haven't really given him a shot. When he was in for a while during the preseason, I mean, he was mobile. Which they don't have in Zappi or Mac Jones. He's a different style than what Belichick is used to running.
All right. Let's run through these. We're running out of time. You say you have somewhere to be. I got all day, but we're gonna kind of run through these a little bit quicker. Giants or Patriots today? I got the Giants, both defensive question and game wise. Same question last week. Mahomes or Josh Allen? Give me Josh Allen. Josh Allen all day at Philly. Great matchup. Mahomes has been volatile. Agreed?
Yeah.
Last flex spot, Dameon, Chuba, Evan Ingram, Demario Douglas. Gross.
Very gross.
Half PPR, give me Demario Douglas.
Yeah, it's either Douglas or Chuba for me.
It's Douglas or Evan Ingram for me, and that's ugly too, so at least there's a floor there with Demario Douglas, I believe. FanDuel bet Hopkins, Ridley, Swift, and Pittman all to score a touchdown.
I like
if you're betting on somebody that scored 2 touchdowns all year, you're doing it wrong. Ridley, but like whatever the payout is, it could all happen for sure. But Ridley is
I had a similar one on the Michigan game yesterday. I correctly chose all 5 people who did score a touchdown. The last guy did not. I did have Edwards getting a touchdown as well, but I got all 5 of the ones who did get a touchdown correct.
If you can pick one to keep off of that list, Ridley would be it for me. But if the payout's high enough, then shoot for the moon, baby. Texas allowing 4.4 per carry. Fire up ETN. I agree with you, Facebook user. Jags don't want a Stroud-Lawrence shootout. They want a controlled tempo with ETN. Sad but true.
It's what they want. It's just the Jags don't get what they want against the Texans. So,
yeah. James Cook or Ford in the flex. Cook or Ford?
Cook.
Did you say?
I said Cook.
I'm going to say Ford because Denver is a team that you can run on, and give me James Cook, man. No, give me Ford. I just don't. So what's terrible is the team that they're playing against. They want to. You got to pass the ball against them. You can't run on them, and they haven't been ran on all fucking year. I don't think it starts today with with that run game they have isn't all that great. OBJ or Rachaad Woods, Robert Woods in Houston. I've yet to see anything say if I'd play Robert Woods anyway. OBJ's playing, yeah. I'd play Robert Woods anyway, I think. How about you?
Yeah, I do too. I think the Houston's about to have a great day.
And if you take a look at the bottom of the screen right here, Noah Brown, who I've been off of and then finally wanting to get on, he's not going to play today either. Offensive coordinator of the Jets that needs to be out of the league. Hackett is a hack.
I agree.
Yeah, I think they probably need to recycle that quarterback room too.
Now I will say this though, and Dina and I actually had a conversation about this. Zach Wilson, she said, does he lose his job this year? You know, now that they benched him. And I said at first, yes. If any of these other quarterbacks have any amount of success, he loses his job. But the whole reason they kept him was to learn under Rodgers, which he hasn't been able to do because Rodgers was hurt.
Yeah.
If just like what happened the other day, Tim Boyle looked just as bad as Zach Wilson. Yes, keep Zach Wilson. He had natural talent. Get him coached up under somebody like Rodgers and see what he could do. But it wasn't Zach Wilson. He's not the whole problem with that. It's that the whole offense. The line sucks. Hackett's a hack. I mean, it's terrible.
But mostly Zach Wilson sucks. Name your top 5 teams entering Week 12 right now overall. I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be number 1 for me right now. San Francisco 49ers, Detroit Lions. It's crazy they're in this conversation, but Detroit Lions, I think I'd probably put Kansas City at number 4. And Buffalo, number 5.
So the crazy part, I have the same top 2 just swapped. I have San Fran and Philly. But beyond that, the NFC drops off. Even, the Lions, I have them. They're close to 5. It looks worse for the AFC because there's not a team as dominant, but that's because of how good the AFC is. So my top 5 beyond those 2 is probably going to be KC, Detroit, and then a shocker at 5. It's not the Steelers, unfortunately. Houston, baby.
Dude, I wanted to say Houston. They're close, but I can't put them top 5 just yet.
Listen, they have. I said at the beginning of the year, I got in an argument with Jordan, and he said that they weren't going to win more than like 2 or 3 games max. And I told him that they were going to be a surprising team, but I called it for the wrong reason. I said with the Mecole Ryans come in, that defense was going to keep them in enough games where they would win a few. And they're doing that too. Their defense is not bad, but it's this Stroud kid just fucking flinging it all over the place.
Jordan has a history of wrong predictions on young teams. Last year, it was the Jets that he predicted to be a strong playoff contender. So, Joey, I'm in the same boat. Rachaad or Warren, feeling ballsy on sitting Barkley for those 2. I'm playing Barkley.
Yeah, I'm not sitting
Barkley, Rachaad White, Jalen Warren. That's my order.
I got Barkley still, but I think the other 2 are swapping.
Pick one. Rachaad White, Jalen
Warren.
Okay.
But
Facebook user sideline.
Here for me, that's what this week.
Sideline reporter Vance. Yes, sir. Hey man, Vance, you've been here, man, since early in our thing, man. I appreciate you, man. Love you.
Yeah, next week you're gonna have to hop in here with us or something. Come on now.
Yeah, Singletary or Kirk.
Singletary.
PPR.
Singletary.
I think I'm with you. Singletary. Likely averages 19 points per game as a starter. Yeah, that's strong. I didn't know what it was exactly. I just know it was strong. Kyron, Ford, Warren, pick 2. Kyron and Warren.
Yep.
Kyron and Warren. Godwin, 9+ points versus Hollywood, 3 points over the last 2. Yeah. Still gross. Godwin's definitely not what Baker likes in that offense.
No,
I
it's my
said that
man.
early in the year, man. I was like, what's Baker do? He gets up, he rolls to the right, and he throws it deep or runs. And that's just exactly where Mike Evans tends to be. Never mind, there's too many Facebook. Yeah, I got you on that, dog. Too many Facebook users. You can change that by going to StreamYard.com and allowing StreamYard to access your Facebook profile. Then it'll show up as your name. If there's 5, if that 2-5 doesn't, okay. If that
Top five teams.
five
It's that
teams
top five
doesn't,
team.
you need to get some cleaner drugs.
Listen,
Miami.
here's the problem. It's the Dolphins and the Cowboys. They both have a right to be in that conversation, but until they beat a playoff contending team, I don't see it. They're beating
I
only
left the
bad.
Cowboys off.
Yeah. And it's you did it mentally because it's the same thing. They haven't beat a good team. They're going to get to the playoffs. Both of those teams are going to get to the playoffs. I think the Dolphins are going to win their division. I also think both of those teams are out in the first round when they meet a team that actually knows how to play football.
Yeah, that's definitely so their schedule, Dolphins schedule was very cake early on, and some of those didn't necessarily look like cake matchups, but over the span of the first 11 weeks, they've turned out that their schedule is a little bit easier. So I think you're right there. But hey, man, they're a strong team. I like them, dude.
Who this Facebook user is.
Miami Dolphins haven't lost to a non-playoff team. All the teams you list have lost East Classic trap games. Dolphins have not. Yeah. Hit me over my pen. We'll talk about it. But for right now, I got to say to y'all is good luck here in week 12. And I love y'all. Thank you for hopping in. Thanks for clicking that like button, all that good stuff. Thanks for the questions. Good luck to you, David Genus, and your big old penis, and to you, as always.
Stay true.
Stay true.